Hello, this is Will Harold, the Energy Hunter, with Akashic Intelligence, the original AI, coming to you from the Rogue River Valley in Southern Oregon. Today, on Election Day, and also the lunar eclipse, I've been inspired by my group chat to offer up some occult musings on the lunar eclipse of 2022, the government, the cult of Belial, and politics. Again, these are musings meant purely for entertainment purposes and not to cajole or to um, change anybody's opinions on what's happening. They are purely my energetic observations on the energies that are coming in today. So, with that in mind, we'll get started on this presentation and discuss a bit about the lunar eclipse of 2022. So, as I talk about these occult musings, you might want to look at some of these informations of this energetic current, which is like the currency that flows. Often it's said, follow the money and find the cause. So I look at the energetic current to see what may be influencing our world today. So let's start with the lunar eclipse of 2022. This is the first election day lunar eclipse in US history, and it won't happen again on a November 8th before the year 2394. So today is a very unique day in our history. When we look at these numbers, this is 2022. Two is the number of polarity and choice, and 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, which is the number of man. If we add up the entire date of 11 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, it equals 25. If you take 2 and 5, which equals 7, which is the number of completion. Today, the total lunar eclipse, or the blood moon, which could be seen as red, is also the word eclipse, which is a falling into obscurity or decline. So what we may be seeing is this idea of the red eclipsing or falling into obscurity or decline. This eclipse is also in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is a blue energetic quality. The previous solar eclipse in Scorpio was ruled by Mars, which is a red energetic quality. So this is just really in comparison and contrast to what Walter Russell talked about with the energies of blue and red as signified by the male and female energy qualities of the wave. As we've talked about in our previous Walter Russell videos, we've talked about the polarities of red and blue, and these are some of the energetic qualities that we're going to explore today. The first topic I'd like to talk about is government. The government has different meanings, and to each person, it has explicit significance. Today, I'm just going to talk about what my observations are. So, for me, all systems appear to have a hierarchy of energies. If we look at the Christian system, there's actually a hierarchy of angelic beings. Rudolf Steiner talks about this as thrones, powers, archangels, and angels. Now, we can see these as manifested beings, or we can actually see them as energetic qualities or resonances that pervade our cosmos. And these energetic qualities are brought in to our 3D realm of matter. Governments have been around for a while. It's often said that our current state of government, the constitutional form of government, was actually introduced by the Iroquois Great Council, which was a confederacy and is said to be the oldest represented democracy. As I tried to find the current definitions of government, the current definition of government appears to have changed. It all has now to do with politics, that the government oversees a political system. The concept of a servant of those governed appears to be lost. So today, we mainly focus on politics within our governmental systems. So let's look a little bit at the occult history as put forth by Edgar Cayce. According to Edgar Cayce, there were two groups of priests or sons in Atlantis who disappeared after its destruction. The sons of the Law of One, which they said to have practiced white magic, went with Serapis Bey to Egypt, and the sons of Belial, black magic, went to Babylon and Samaria and started the worship of Baal, as written about in the Old Testament. Belial is the second demon created who oversees politics and legal systems. Again, as I talk about this, I'm talking about the energetic qualities, these energetic qualities that come forth from the different cosmos and different realms. As I've talked about in previous videos, I see that there are different systems, there are different levels or planes of existence. This is following pretty much the theosophical ideas of the different subtle bodies. So when I see that there's this energetic quality of Belial, I came across a rather interesting manuscript, which was called the Grimoire Encyclopedia. And in there it says Belial is the second demon created who oversees politics and legal systems. He first appears in the Munich Manual of Necromancy in the 1400s. Now, Munich is a very interesting place for something like this to appear because we all know what came out of that area in the late 1940s that was not as beneficial to the development of man as we would have liked. And it also, Belial is also the Manual of Necromancy, which is the manual of communicating with the dead or the cult of the dead. It had almost appeared that there has been a cult that has surrounded Belial, which is the cult of death, which is the political system and the legal system. Now, I got all this information from the Grimoire Encyclopedia, which was at grimoire.org, and I viewed this site as recently as a month ago. Today, I looked to bring up that site, and that site can no longer be reached. Is it a coincidence? Don't think so. So today, in politics in the United States, we have a two-party system, which are polls, which we often take to find out how we are going to place our energy. As we watch these polls, you can see that the Republican, which is a red, Republicans have red as their color, is a male contraction energy as expressed by Walter Russell. The Democrat is a blue. They have a blue, which is correspondent to the female or expansive energy. This is also seen in this diagram with the red and the blue polarities, with the red being male, the blue being female, and they meet in the middle. Polarity is the second law of alchemy. Common, as I looked at these party platforms, I reviewed them online, they were all quite different except for one aspect. Common to both party platforms is increased military spending, which is Mars, which is red. When both choices are the same, is there a choice? So as I look at these energies and the currency and the flow of energies, and the ideas of blue and red and what is coming in to our systems today, is it a decrease? Are we seeing a shift from the red energy to the blue energy? Is this red energy that's coming in an energy that is on decline? that is eclipsing. And what energy is now coming forward? Is it the blue energy? Is it the feminine energy, the energy of Venus? I think that this may be the case, that we may be seeing the initiation and influx of the feminine aspect of the blue energy. So as we look at these energetic qualities, the red, the blue, the male, the female, the contraction, the expansion, I would like you to consider, so what is the choice for man and woman today? Is it really the two political parties that really have the same agenda of military spending, which could be seen as necromancy maybe, as the cult of death? Or is there another choice that we're looking at in our current energetic environment? That's the aspect I'd like you to consider today as we observe this blood moon lunar eclipse. With that, I'd like to say this is Will Harold, the Energy Hunter, with Akashic Intelligence, the original AI. I'd also like to say that on Friday, I'll be putting out a video on alchemy, which is taken from Robert Bartlett's book of Real Alchemy. And we'll talk a little bit of maybe how we can incorporate and transmute the energies through alchemy that are being brought forth today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on Friday when we do our video on real alchemy. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, please place some comments and come back again. I really enjoyed talking to you. See you later.